Hi, so today we're talking Moana. Not analysis, there's nothing really I could say that isn't already covered in the extra features on the Blu-ray, DVD, or apparently on Prime Video now, they do that. About the backstory, the heritage, the culture, etc. There is nothing I can submit that isn't already covered. And I don't want to do that, I don't want to sort of manufacture an analysis that isn't there. So, the film itself stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Maui and Ali Carvalho as Moana herself. It's in the vein of the 3D animated Disney features, since sort of Tangled and Frozen really have sort of made the move in that direction, I think. 2D is unfortunately on the way out, which is sad. But it does have a place in this, on Maui's tattoos, and I thought that was great. And like I say, The Rock as Maui, you can't get better casting. This isn't a film, however, that I was originally interested in seeing. I just thought, again, it's a 3D animated Disney film. I'll see it at some point probably, but I'm not that bothered. But Amy was getting a little obsessed. She'll mock me about being obsessed with certain games and films and TV series, but she was obsessed. And it was kind of like, constantly on about how good the music was, how good the animation was, how, they actually, made the ocean look so much like the ocean, and the technical aspects, and I think that's what made me originally want to see it. But we'd gone to see Beauty and the Beast on my birthday, paid for by my sister, and I'm one of those people who thinks that my birthday isn't just about me. For one, without my parents it wouldn't happen anyway, but for two, my partner is there at all times. If she's not getting something out of the day, then I'm not going to get something out of the day, and I think that's the right way to be. So we're, going to have dinner, and I surprised her by putting it on, and she wasn't expecting it, which was great. But I was sat there just raptured, enraptured throughout. I was in agreement. It was a great film. It was. Everyone's lauded Frozen for how, it twists the narrative, where it's not all about love at first sight and everything like that, and, Let It Go became the big breakout hit, although for the first time in forever is a better song. Not a debate, it's fact. But this is better than Frozen. I'm going to say it. I'm putting myself out there to say this is better than Frozen. The research that was done to make sure that it was respectful to the region, the fact they created a society of people to make sure that, the information was correct, both locals and scholars. They got a local boy to help out with the music, as well as getting Lin-Manuel Miranda, who most people know now for doing Hamilton. He got this before, this was on spec. He was lucky, that he got in there, and, you can see how his potential and his ability to write for Broadway is there. He can do show tunes, but like I say, they wanted to make sure that the percussion and the vocal elements, which are so prominent in Polynesian culture, were kept in every song. There is an element of it somewhere. It's an undercurrent that they wanted to keep there, and they did great. Obataya's influence is clearly there. The fact that they went to sort of the islands, I think Samoa particularly, where he's a local celebrity. And the fact that these people now, their children have a Rapunzel to look up to, or an Elsa to look up to, or a Belle to look up to, or a Cinderella to look up to. They have their own now, and that's beautiful. The fact that I've gone from someone who, like I say, was mocking my partner for being obsessed because she mocks me about it, with this film and praising it, to myself now kind of constantly singing How Far I'll Go, which is an amazing song, humming Where You Are. These songs are now a part of me, I would say. This story is now a part of me, and yes, the technical aspect is what lured me in, because as an avid gamer, I know water is, next to fire, one of the most difficult things to get perfect. There are segments in this film that I'm sat there going, that's real water. They've just they've just composited real water in, haven't they? But then, it moves, obviously, because, like I say, the ocean is a character. And I'm just wowed, and I thought I'd seen everything. But this is one of those that, if in 50 years' time people are sort of saying, coming up with another, a list of, right, we've got to narrow it down what the actual Disney classics really are. we've got to narrow it down to a top 10 or something for argument's sake, I would say that this would deserve a very high placement, because it is a beautiful, well-crafted film with some great tunes. And, the fact that they've got The Rock being as arrogant as possible, because Maui is an arrogant character, but you hear Dwayne Johnson's voice saying those things and you're just like, oh, it's okay. They say it in the extra features. Anyone else singing, hey, your life that you're living now, and all the coconuts and stuff that you eat and all that stuff, I made that happen.
You're welcome.
Anyone else says it, arrogant so-and-so. The Rock says it, Dwayne Johnson says it, you're like, oh, it's alright. No, thanks. You really feel like he's earned it. Can't go wrong. So, if you haven't seen it, go and see it. I don't give scores on reviews, so I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna say, if you haven't seen it, see it. If you've seen it, see it again. If you haven't got all the songs in your head, see it again and get them back in your head. Especially Shiny with Jermaine Clement. That's brilliant. Which originally didn't stick in my brain, but now it's there. It's there. And if you haven't stayed for the end credits, do. Just reminded me. You'll thank me later. So, until next time, as always, take care.